What are you really building right now? A business, a legacy, or just a pile of wasted hours that, years from now, you'll wish you had back? Most people confuse being busy with being productive. Endless scrolling, meaningless meetings, chasing trends, these are distractions disguised as action. The difference between noise and history is the blueprint. Now imagine this. The world calls something a fad, a phase, a joke, but you see potential where others see chaos. You take what's dismissed and turn it into an empire. That's Russell Simmons, the godfather of hip-hop. The man who didn't just ride culture, he built it. And these are his 7 rules of hustle. The same principles that can help anyone turn ideas into influence, dreams into empires, and passion into legacy. Rule 1. See value where others see noise. In the 1970s, New York City was struggling. Crime was rising, neighborhoods were forgotten, and a new sound was emerging from the parks and subway stations. To most, it was chaos. Kids rapping, DJs spinning, people breakdancing on cardboard. Russell Simmons saw something different. He saw artistry. He saw an opportunity. While the elites dismissed hip-hop as noise, he recognized its power. He understood that greatness often hides in plain sight, waiting for someone willing to see potential rather than problems. Russell's early days involved walking into record stores, hustling for small contracts, and spotting talent that others overlooked. It wasn't flashy, it was instinctual. He knew that innovation lives where attention is scarce. The lesson is clear. Your gold mine isn't where everyone else is digging. It's often where the crowd ignores. Identify overlooked ideas, neglected markets, or dismissed talent and stake your claim. Success rarely follows the obvious path. It follows the one that others can't see. Rule 2. Package authenticity. When Run-D.M.C emerged on the scene, they didn't wear suits or shiny costumes. They wore Adidas without laces, Kangol hats, and tracksuits. They were unapologetically themselves. Russell didn't tell them to fit in with corporate expectations. Instead, he amplified their authenticity.
Garbage. It's all gimmick, it's jokes. And there's no artists. Certainly our company is based on developing images and artists, and the guys we sign make their own songs and have their own ideas and have more commercial talent than most any pop stars. Yeah. And these guys come in and know what they're making, I don't know that Diana Ross produced or wrote any of her songs, or how many of them did she. I know that LL Cool J is the driving force in the studio when he records. That Houdini can change producers like he changes gloves or socks and keep making records. Run-D.M.C doesn't need producers. Spider, Sparky, the rest, all those artists that we signed.
The world didn't just accept them, they admired them. What was once street fashion became a global statement, a multi-million-dollar movement. Authenticity wasn't just about appearance. It was about messaging, attitude, and vision. Simmons understood that the audience doesn't just listen to music. They embrace culture, lifestyle, and identity. He packaged what was real and raw in a way the world could consume. He also understood timing and context. Authenticity only resonates if people feel it's earned, not staged. He let artists lead with their natural style while positioning them strategically in the public eye. That subtle guidance turned originality into mass appeal. The world is hungry for authenticity. Don't water yourself down to fit someone else's mold. Package your realness, amplify your unique voice, and let it resonate. People connect with what feels genuine, not what feels manufactured. Rule 3. Build bridges, not walls. Russell understood early on that collaboration multiplies impact. One of his most famous moves was pairing Run-D.M.C with Aerosmith on Walk This Way. Critics called it reckless, unnatural even, but it shattered expectations and created a cultural earthquake. Collaboration breaks limits. It exposes you to new ideas, new audiences, and new opportunities. Walls isolate you, bridges expand you. Different lanes converge to create highways of influence. When you embrace partnerships outside your immediate circle, growth becomes exponential. Simmons' strategy wasn't just about making deals, it was about creating synergy. Each collaboration didn't just add value, it multiplied it. By linking different worlds, rock and hip-hop, fashion and music, he created something bigger than the sum of its parts. He also nurtured relationships over time. Many of the people he partnered with initially didn't understand the vision, but Simmons invested patience, trust, and persistence. That long-term approach ensured that collaborations weren't just one-offs, they became movements that lasted decades. Rule 4. Monetize the culture, not just the product. Russell didn't stop at records. He built clothing lines like Phat Farm, launched Def Comedy Jam, managed artists, and published magazines. He understood that hip-hop wasn't just a sound, it was a lifestyle. And lifestyles, unlike products, have layers, ecosystems, and enduring influence. This approach turned hip-hop into a multi-billion-dollar industry. By monetizing the culture, he created avenues for talent to thrive, for fans to engage, and for communities to feel represented. It was never just about selling records. It was about building a world people wanted to inhabit. Russell always asked himself bigger questions. What experiences define this culture? How can I make it tangible in multiple ways? His mind didn't stop at music. It extended to fashion, media, and live experiences, creating a network of interconnected value streams. This is a fundamental lesson for anyone building an empire. Are you selling one product or are you selling a world? Success comes from monetizing culture, not just the surface. Create ecosystems, experiences, and movements, not just items with a price tag. Rule 5. The hustle is non-negotiable. Ideas are cheap, execution is rare. Russell lived in motion. Meetings, phone calls, talent scouting, contracts, negotiations. He was constantly moving forward. There was no pause button, no waiting for the perfect moment. Perfection is the enemy of progress. Taking action, even messy, imperfect action, pays the rent on your ambition. The grind, the relentless effort, is the currency of success. To sit idle is to lose momentum. To hustle without compromise is to claim your seat at the table. Russell's work ethic was contagious. People who met him quickly realized he wasn't just talking about dreams, he was living them. That energy attracted talent, opportunities, and partnerships that others could only envy. He also believed in endurance. Hustle isn't just speed, it's consistency. Day in, day out. Long before fame and wealth, he maintained the same energy. That persistence created a reputation that opened doors even when talent alone couldn't. Rule 6. Your network is your net worth. Russell's power didn't come from doing it alone. It came from the people he surrounded himself with. Talented, ambitious, innovative individuals who sharpened him as much as he elevated them. Rick Rubin, Lyor Cohen, LL Cool J. These weren't competitors. They were collaborators in empire building. Your future is shaped by the company you keep. Winners attract winners. Those who elevate you become the scaffolding for your empire. Build with the best, empower them, and in turn, they empower you. Networking isn't just a strategy. It's survival in business, culture, and life. Every partnership Russell forged became a stepping stone. Each connection opened doors that talent alone couldn't unlock. That's why he was able to scale Def Jam from a basement operation into a global brand. He also understood reciprocity. Networking isn't a transactional list of contacts. It's an ecosystem. By adding value to others, he created loyalty and trust, turning relationships into a durable foundation for long-term influence and success. Rule 7. Bet on yourself first. Before investors, before corporate suits, before anyone else believed in him, Russell believed in himself. That self-belief became the seed capital that birthed Def Jam, an institution that changed music, fashion, and culture forever. If you don't invest in your skills, your vision, and your hustle, who will? Betting on yourself is the first rule of any empire. Confidence without arrogance, action without permission, belief without validation. These are the traits that separate dreamers from doers. Russell's journey proves that self-belief is more than mindset. It's a business strategy. Your conviction sets the tone for your team, your investors, and your audience. Without it, even the best ideas fail to launch. He also understood that self-investment isn't just financial. It's intellectual, emotional, and physical. Learning, resilience, and endurance were part of the currency he put into himself before expecting returns. That holistic investment gave him the leverage to take risks no one else would. Russell Simmons' story isn't just about hip-hop. It's about creating a legacy from nothing but vision, audacity, and relentless action. It's a blueprint for anyone who wants to take what the world dismisses and turn it into a platform for influence and wealth. And if this story inspired you, don't forget to comment your thoughts, hit like, and subscribe to our YouTube channel, Mansa Musa Mode, for more stories of entrepreneurship and hustle. Also, make sure to check out our second channel, Mansa Musa Mindset, for insights and strategies that can help you build your own empire. Your journey starts with action, so engage, subscribe, and start building today.